You're a Transformer!
About a year after a vague press release for an upcoming Nickelodeon Transformers show, we have received our first look. And that kid who said,
"No way! You're a Transformer!"
was our first glimpse at a union voice actor in a Transformers show since 2017. Let's talk about Transformers EARTHSPARK. I think EARTHSPARK has a lot of potential. My first reaction upon seeing that initial press release and also seeing this is that it's really great to see a new group of Transformers take the spotlight instead of just the same 10 guys over and over and over. We've been doing the same thing with Optimus and Bumblebee and Starscream and Megatron. Like, basically the whole time I've been watching Transformers, and by Kingdom, I was just kind of really bored of it. It's like we were watching Starscream do the same thing again as he's done 100 times before, and I just wanted a change of pace. And EARTHSPARK, whatever it's called, it's giving us that. Some people are like, oh, humans again. And I get that. I don't think the problem is humans specifically. It's just that Transformers had really run out of ideas of ways to incorporate the humans. That really boiled over in Robots in Disguise 2017 when, like, Russell and Denny, or maybe Russell and Clay, I don't even remember their names, but they were just, like, there just to be there. But then we got a 5-year break. It has been 5 years since we've seen a Transformers show with humans in it, which is really generous considering that that's what the whole franchise is built on. And if this creative team can think of new and interesting ways to utilize them, it's fine. And if anyone can, it's this creative team. We've got Nicole Dubuque, who worked on Transformers Prime and Transformers Rescue Bots. We've got May Cat from Cyberverse. And there's also plenty of writers from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Sonic Boom. I've never seen either of those shows, but I've seen clips, and they seem really funny.
Maybe he's hungry!
Yeah, let's, feed it a chili dog. Everyone loves chili dogs.
I don't think he can eat solid food.
Well, then put it in the blender.
Well, if you say so.
The chili dog, not the baby! Oh.
They seem like completely competent writers, as well as producers. There's some Transformers veterans, there's some industry veterans, there's even some newcomers who just seem like chill personalities. Like, I am not worried at all with the team of people that they have working on this show. Oh, and Nick Roche, who worked for IDW, who did character designs for More Than Meets the Eye, is working as a character designer on EARTHSPARK, or what? Oh my god. Spark? EARTHSPARK is what it's called. That's the name of the show. And if it's not, well, there's like 3 new continuities per year, so we can just wait for the next one to come along. Also, this is a side note. The human characters in this series are 2 black boys, or I think maybe a black boy and a black girl, and I didn't realize until watching this that we have never had that before. Ever. I'd never thought about it, but I thought about it, it's like, oh my god. Every human protagonist we've ever had has been white. Except for Miko. Oh look, here's 2 Indian characters. Let's see the voice actors. Oh. This is our first time having, like, any sort of semblance of diversity in the human cast besides Miko. And I never noticed that before. I'll always prefer 2D animation, but studios love to do 3D because 3D animation isn't unionized, whereas 2D animation is. Why do you think all of Disney's output is 3D now, as opposed to 2D? They're few and far between, so I'll just live with it. But honestly, this art style looks fine. It looks like a visual step up from Cyberverse. Honestly, it looks better than RID 2015. Like, it's almost prime levels from what I've seen. Maybe it's not as detailed and textured, but just the general artistry of it looks good. Some people have made fun of Optimus's chin just being super, super long. Yeah, I can get that. Optimus looks kind of generic. Hasbro's become very cowardly with doing unique Optimus designs. Everyone else looks really unique and cool. Then with Optimus, they're like, rectangle, again, rectangle. Eating a cookie right now. I bet you're not. And if you are, like, if you're also eating a cookie, like, we're the cookie squad, man. Like, we're in the cookie squad together. I don't see any red flags. I'll just wait and watch, and it could be really cool. Another reason to be interested is that this is the first Transformers show ever produced by Nickelodeon. How Transformers shows usually work is a studio comes to Hasbro and says, hey, we'll make your Transformers show for you. So back in 2007 with Transformers Animated, Cartoon Network, Sam Register made the deal with Hasbro to produce Transformers Animated. So Marty Eisenberg, Derek Wyatt, and Matt Youngberg, they were employees of Cartoon Network, not Hasbro. Technically, Marty was a freelancer. When they got their paychecks, the paycheck was from Cartoon Network. Same goes for RID 2015 with that show's creative team. War for Cybertron Trilogy was produced by Netflix. Prime Wars was produced by Machinima, I believe. In the 2010s, Hasbro rebranded as an entertainment company, as well as a toy company. So starting with Cyberverse, they had their own production companies. They, internally at Hasbro, produced Cyberverse. So Randolph Hurd, Gavin Hignight, Dan Salgarolo, their paychecks came from Hasbro directly. Why is that relevant? Well, Hasbro only worked with non-union talent. Same with Machinima, and same with Netflix. I guess Machinima must have made some sort of reparations with Peter Cullen to have him come into the later installments or whatever. But the rest of the cast wasn't union. Cartoon Network shows had union talent because it's like an actual TV network. And so does Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon shows work with union talent. So this means that David Kaye could come back, Jeff Bennett could come back, Peter Cullen could come back. This is almost certainly a union production. And if Optimus Prime is in this show, maybe in a minor role akin to RID's, what the press release kind of indicated, and if they have a creative team who's very attached to the fandom and aware of the things they complain about, you have to assume they'd get Peter Cullen back. Especially if it's a union show. And the whole thing keeping Peter from voicing Optimus was Hasbro and Netflix producing non-union. Kind of a double-edged sword, though, because that means that a lot of the actors that we came to like during Cyberverse, like Jeremy Levy, Ryan Andes, Mark Swint, Billy Bob Thompson, they are not able to come back to this unless they join a union, to my understanding. And unless they're interested in, probably moving to LA and becoming full-time character voice actors, it's probably not worth the money for them to do that, because it's very expensive to get unionized. Because see, the thing with Cyberverse is that they casted out of a New York-based casting pool, and most of those people are just, commercial voiceover artists. Are you tired of your floors being dirty?
Comedy is back on Broadway with Mrs. Doubtfire, the musical. Critics are raving. Mrs. Doubtfire is hilarious and rip-roaringly funny.
Most of the people voice acting in Cyberverse had never had experiences with character acting before. They'd just done ad reads. So, Sophia Isabella had probably just spent, 10 years advertising washcloths, and then all of a sudden she was Windblade. But it was just really wacky and weird that they would do that. Dude, I love being an adult because I can just buy cookies whenever I want. I can eat these all because I'm a grown-up. So, yeah. I think the show looks exciting. This might be my first time ever watching a Transformers show week to week, because by the time I discovered Animated, it was over. By the time I started watching Prime, it was over. By the time I learned that Rescue Bots was a thing that existed, that show was over. I probably wouldn't have been watching it at that age, though. Prime Wars went straight to streaming, War for Cybertron went straight to streaming, and then RID had a bizarre airing schedule, and I wasn't really watching it, and then Cyberverse had the most weird airing schedule ever, because it was just made by Hasbro, who just made arrangements with whoever to distribute it. But, Sparklight? No, EARTHSPARK. It's not the most inspired name, but my favorite Transformers show is called Transformers Animated, so I'll give them a pass. EARTHSPARK will probably be airing, week to week. This Saturday comes episode 1. 7 days later is episode 2. That will be my first time ever experiencing that with a Transformers show, consistently, hopefully, ideally, so that would be something that'd be nice. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Transformers Rise of Spark, Earthlight, Sparklight, Transformers, in the comment section below? I won't read them. Awesome, bye!